So, today we are on matters having affairs with prominent people and how that can, give you a fortune here and there, and how it can be a serious disaster. Now we start with a confession where the lady says, I have been dating this politician for a while. He later got me a job in one of his friend's companies. So up of fortune is going up, okay? They are all businessmen. A few weeks later, the guy's friend, my boss, following me, started hitting on me. Now the politician, now boss. I gave in to one of them out of stupidity. The politician I have been dating now broke up with me. I later came to realize that my boss, who I gave in to, is also seeing another lady in the same company. And when I asked him about it, he went silent on me as well. I also found out that he'd been recording photos and taking videos whenever we are together and sending them to the politician friend. Wait. I don't know what to do. This work environment has become so uncomfortable for me. I've been looking for a job for so long, and for me, this is a dream come true. Please advise. I feel really stupid. My boss has even gone ahead to tell other colleagues to avoid me completely, and I do not know what to do. Zulu.
All right. 2 levels here.
Yes.
The other day we talked about what is the disaster of doing these kind of things when you are 30 and above.
Yes.
This one obviously is the language of an under 25.
Okay.
Whenever you hear them repeating the word stupid, they're coming from a place of confusion.
Oh.
They're coming from a place of being carried away by emotions quickly and realizing later and regretting, going back to the same thing and regretting and going back to so they end up saying, am I stupid? They don't realize the age they are in can't handle these things.
Okay.
So that's a telltale language of 23-year-olds particularly and 24-year-olds. That language in particular. If it was a 21, 22, they wouldn't use that language. They would say strongly in love. Or deeply in love.
Okay.
Or sincerely in love.
Ooh, there's truth in there. There's a lot of truth.
So 21 and 22 will say
yes.
I was truly in love.
Yes.
19 and 20 will use another kind of language. That I gave them my all. Me, I trusted it in my all. I trusted. They use the parental kind of love as if this was a parent. How could he disappoint me after I trusted him with all my life?
Oh my goodness. Zulu, you're good at this. You're really good.
So 19 and 20 will use the daughter language of I trusted you with my all.
Yes.
21 and 22 will use I was truly in love, sincerely in love, deeply in love. 23 and 24 have a looming reasoning that has not yet arrived. They have moments of sanity where they self-examine and wonder, am I foolish? So they will use the word, I don't know why I was so stupid, I don't know why I gave in, I don't know. So they'll be back from adulthood, back to childhood. Then they'll be dithering in between there, and they will use that language of self-condemnation, but they won't change.
Zulu. Where are you?
So this obviously will be a 23 or 24.
Okay.
So you can also tell they're out of college. That's what 23 and 24 is actually. They're just out of college, just trying to get into the world. They're the most frequent victims of employers. Because they look physically grown and away from home, but naive enough to swallow lies, do bad things. But they are also terrorists because they don't respect family. They will tell your wife. They will report home. They will take the photos. In those moments of confusion, they can do anything. They can blow up all of you. I need to follow 2 stories of those guys who call vloggers of crimes of passion.
Yes.
28, 24 are the most frequent players.
Hey.
You find them there a lot. Because they feel at that moment of emotional intensity they can do anything. Self-destructive, or they play and they don't. And then they sink between depression, back to money, very happy now, it's okay, we are back together. All of you are telling me you don't even want the best for us, leave us, don't advise me. They go back again. Imagine this repeated again. And they become entertainment for the public.
Yes.
Those who know the swing, usually. And do not venture to advise them. You will make yourself a fool.
Oh.
Don't do it. Next, you'll be the one to be branded like a spoiler.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And you see a post, the monkeys wanted us apart.
Like, hey, me monkey. So just call me a monkey.
They have a very strong defiance. 23 in particular, they're very rude when they're in love. Very stubborn. Even a person who's previously principled and balanced. A person who's previously level-headed. 23, then get in love. Try to warn them. My friend, you'll be shut out. Completely. When you're a parent, the solution to journey your child through this is to become friends prior. The only thing that works with this 18 to 24, that turbulent season, is a trust they have developed with you over time. Your advice always works. If they know mom's advice, dad's advice always works. I know dad has my back.
Yeah.
They will tell you secrets before they become crises. That is always the secret.
Okay.
They'll tell you what they're feeling, who they're getting close to. A name will start venturing their stories. Unconsciously, they'll quote that person more. They'll refer to that person more in their opinions.
Yes.
And you know a closeness is developing.
Yes.
You can advise ahead.
Yes.
And you can say, they usually get shocked. 24-year-old daughter or something. I noticed that Ibrahim guy, you've mentioned him severally, you're interacting quite some. Oh yeah, your boss, yes. I like the way he's organized, he's always paying on time. Oh, I like the admiration, but be careful.
Yes.
Tomorrow, Dad, you are right. Imagine he's texting me this and that. Now, because of pre-existing friendship, you can guide.
Yes.
And you can salvage them.
Yeah.
And this is also in another show I was telling you how we are sending children alone.
Yes.
We are giving birth when we are not ready for a journey. Before you give birth, you prepare for a journey yourself.
Yeah.
Of many years. Or being there without pay.
Yes.
For a person.
That's true.
For years. Once you reckon with the level of investment required to journey the child to adulthood, you will not be too eager to get too many of them, and you will not jump at it carelessly. If you reckon.
Yes.
If you do the math, if you check really the price of daily talking to this person every day, the first few years is not just talking, babysitting, washing, feeding, taking to bed. The first few years. Then after 13, when they start getting out of home to secondary school,
yes.
Now you keep your phone close. Should they take teacher's phone to call you? When you see a new number flashing, you call
back.
Whoever it is, people take advantage now because they know you're receptive.
Yeah.
And because it could be so and so.
Yes.
So if there are 2 of them, you know what burden it is. If there are 3, you know that you have space for that. By the time you talk of 4, I wanted a big family.
That was me. I don't want it.
That time you only looked at the good side.
Yes.
At the business side.
Yeah.
When you look at the investment, because as you have grown, you have reckoned the investment. So let's go now to dating prominent people, and because it has been advertised, Mwikali, it's again regrettable. The celebrities we have in society have marketed the wrong things, the wrong ways of life. It's like if you can just do it right with the right guy, you can omoka like this. So they have advertised this message, and many of them have actually taken it to the hilt.
Yes.
They managed to get into the life of a well-to-do man.
Yes.
And they play their cards. Some of them have even sacrificed their life for that.
Yep.
So you find that for 10 years, that's all they have done.
Yes.
But then they got assets, properties. They blow up the man after that.
Yeah.
They are really, they get what they wanted. They ruin the family. They ruin what they don't care, the man's career. They don't care. And they take away what they wanted. Others, quietly, they agree to be by the side as long as they are funded.
Yep.
They agree to be the side chick. And when you look at the person who is being called side chick, you can't see where this art is coming from. Because otherwise, they were self-respecting and enough to be the man, to be the woman for a man.
Yes.
When you look at who is side chick, when you look at that versus the position, how did it get here?
Yeah.
I will tell you the 3 reasons why it has become popular.
Okay.
And where they are all lies.
Okay.
The first lie is that if you get the right guy, he can sort you out financially. You don't have to struggle and build slowly. Oh, this working and saving and taking loans and mortgages.
What is economy?
He can buy you the house.
Yes.
Can buy you the car.
Yes.
We had a neighbor who this girl could not pay 100 to be washed the car. She had to wash herself and she looked very awkward. She was not washing because she likes washing. You can see she doesn't like, she's even doing it awkwardly and badly. She'll play loud radio, battery will go down. You guys will be jump starting for her. Haven't you learned how this thing works? So far, She needs an entertainment as she washes. So she opens all the door. And the car is not, if you want to play radio, then run the engine.
Yes, run the engine.
So that it is charging the battery.
Yes.
If you're just using it for that long, it will run down.
Yes.
Oh, it's not starting, guys, jump start for me. Again, haven't you learned the pattern? So buy a jump starter. There's something called
jumper cables. They
in,
work
in,
like
fact,
magic.
in fact, there's one that carries the power itself.
Yes,
it costs more, but it forces
the
you
emergency
to think.
kit.
Exactly.
Yes.
So buy that one so that you feel some pinch, and when you play your music,
you can just jump yourself.
So I could see somebody bought it for her before she reached there and before she had invested herself to know the real price of a car and to get there. Don't buy a car before it can fit in your lifestyle. You look awkward because you can't pay small monies for that industry, the workers of that industry to assist you. And you look out of place. How did you manage to buy a car when you can't do such small things? And so one lady arguing about service. How much is service? She was told depends on what service is we are doing.
Yeah.
If the plugs need change, how many are they? If oil, no, tell me, I just want water. She was holding her phone to ask for the money from somebody. So she wants to know, okay, we'll give you a quotation after we assess it. No, tell me now, this is your work, you should know what. I need to check the car then. What quality of oil you want? They synthetic, they organic, they say this quality, which are, no, you tell me.
So embarrassing.
It was so embarrassing. It's like you want to step in and explain on behalf of the mechanic that, what are you changing? These are many things, and these are just so pick the services, and then you'll be given the price. If you want them to give you the recommended, of course they'll give you the best, the premium, the what. Then ask for the recommended. Yes. Then they will tell you the best oil, the plugs. Also the plugs, we can't know whether they are all used up. We need to check whether they need to be changed.
Yes.
So I said, do you see now when you are given a car before you have matured for that kind of life, how awkward you look?
Yeah.
Get the right thing at the right time so that you can look in place. Sometimes you look out of place. Okay, it's okay to tour places like Kileleshwa, also in places, those high-end suburbs. It's okay. We have motivational speakers have told us to believe
that we belong there.
Believe yourself. But you've heard of those places where people tear the tea bag because they're not used to the tea bag. You should have torn tea bags in Kibandaski, not Kilele.
No.
Some things you should have cleaned up before you get here.
Yes.
Don't go to Kempiske. Tea bag is too basic. Here at least we should be telling you about the other now additionals that have Japanese names. Now here you can ask, how do you do? This one you do this. They are happy to explain because this is more foreign. It's a new concept here. It's our unique menu. They can explain some. But please, about a fork and a knife and a tea bag. So much as you are believing yourself, allow growth. Allow the process of growth. You don't believe yourself and you jump from class 1 to class 7. It's okay, you have good self-esteem. But please, class 1 is class 2. And then 3. There were kids who were very bright and we were told they were given the exam directly. One of my mentors had an extra exam slot. She registered that one student and one dropped out. Before she could submit the names. So she was a head teacher and she had registered an extra slot who the student in Tana. So she asked her own daughter who had not finished class 8 to do the class 8 exam. And she passed. This was to say you can skip sometimes a class when you're bright enough, but you don't skip from down there to having a car when you do not even know what types of cars exist. When you develop organically, when you buy something, you have time to research about it, ask about it, teach yourself about it. By the time you get there, you don't do too many mistakes.
That's true.
This lady was driving a very clean Prado. And she was on phone, distracted. So she veered, knocked a tree. And some guys who are in construction site, they were so angry. They wanted to rough her up. And they've just, so you are the women. This is a 5 million machine. How do you stagger around here with a 5 million and hit tree on your own? So I could see. You know the difference? They know what this is.
Yes.
She doesn't know what this is. She did not buy it herself. She was just given as a token of love. And she thinks things are just easy. Maybe she's just arguing somewhere on phone and maybe, why don't you stop by the side and talk what you want? She did not hit anybody.
No.
But I could relate why the men are angry.
Yes.
They know this is a lot of money. This machine you're playing with here.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And one of them was saying, do you have a mother? Instead of buying cars, send this money to your mother. She'll make a better use of it.
Oh my God.
You know, your mother will plan to do mass things, and she will be happy with this money you're wasting here.
That's true.
You know, as you say, and don't think that man will always be buying you. He'll move on to another one. Change your life. The philosophy. So this will come to say what has been marketed is to say if you find the right man, it can help you skip stages. So we have believed that you can actually avoid the slow process of growth by getting the man who can buy you the cars, the houses, give you the life, get you the job, give you the money. That has been the marketed lie, which is a big fat lie. There's no free money. Some of the so-called socialites who went ahead and did things to their bodies to look, I don't know how, and they started that life of high-end prostitution, being transported to Dubai to entertain a certain prince there.
Yes.
Later on changed their ways, and one of them was giving conversions and warning women, don't follow this path.
Yeah.
You may be given money, but you'll be humiliated for it. You'll do things that are very humiliating to pay for them.
Yeah.
The moment he has given you millions and you're in that room with him, you will do things that are disgusting to pay for it. He said you have no self-respect, you'll be reduced to a thing. She was telling them, don't sell your body. Don't reduce yourself to a commodity for entertainment for men.
Yeah.
You may be paid, but the money will disgust you when you remember what you paid to get it.
Yeah.
And she was saying that's one reason this life you drink a lot of alcohol to silence the memories, to drown what you had to do. So you got the money in a very disgusting way. You drank all of it to forget the disgust. What is a neutral? Zero.
Yes.
So she was repenting and changing her ways and saying, I may have made some money out of there, but I regret the whole exercise. I should have taken the slow process. You know. So it's to say the first lie we are being told is a person can hold you there and bring you up here. Yeah. It's not true. Whatever they give you, you pay for it by your dignity, by your respect. And they'll give you haunting memories that you will live with. And whenever people talk about the insult other people, you hear as if the insult applies to you. Whenever vulgar people write things online saying women are cheap, it registers to you.
Yeah.
This also registers to, I'm talking about also these boys who have, women who have cars and they want to entertain the women and then they enjoy the woman's lifestyle and resources. Yeah. Yeah. There's a plague almost, Mwikali, with the 24-year-old, 26-year-old men.
Yeah.
Boys who are in their 20s are getting older women who have children and money and cars and houses to entertain them. And they call it a relationship. And because most men in Africa, before they are 30, they don't know themselves. In Africa, I don't know whether we are slow. There's something happening with Africa.
Yeah.
I'm yet to get a hold of it.
Yeah.
But the youngest men who married right, I was checking the statistics saying the average marriage age for the urban towns for men is 24 point something. It's even below 25. That's why people keep saying, why is the marriage not working? Marriage institution not working.
Yeah.
The psychological, sociological maturation period for men is that, and early maturers, those who have been parented closely, those who have been mentored closely, they are ready at around 28, not even 27.
Yeah.
When they are ready to settle with one woman and play serious.
Yeah.
And live life settled. It's 28. And those are the ones who are being closely mentored all the way by their dad or a mentor. Sometimes it's dad or sometimes a father figure.
Yes.
I also regarded myself as a quick grower. I don't think I was slow.
Oh, okay.
A slow learner. I used to rank myself somewhere.
And then? I'm like, hey? Continue.
And I was not ready until I was 32. So I used to think I'm in that exceptional growth. I had a lot of sociological background to do.
Okay.
So the crisis we have now is these young men who are attaching to women who are ahead of them.
Yes.
And they have not, they themselves, become anybody. They are depending on the woman's resources. They drive her car, use her money, eat her food, stay in her house. Some of them are even in college, just fresh out of college, and it looks like a shortcut instead of hustling, going for interviews, tarmacking, walking to town, checking the other, calling the other, sending CVs. That's the right path for most young men.
Yes.
But this one sees a lady who is very flatty and sending money easily, 10,000. Hey, come around. Why don't you come for lunch? You know, so a relationship blossoms. And they call it and they come to explain it to me like a relationship.
Oh.
I have this girlfriend, we've been together this 1 year, and how old are you? 24. How old is she? 33. She has a child, but the age has not been a problem for us. And I tell you, bro, stop that bullshit. Huh? The one you're talking to does not have appetite for lies.
Hey.
Let's go to the truth.
Yes.
It's because you're sleeping with this woman. That's why you're with her.
Like, is money involved?
If she had told you no sex, no money until marriage, would you be anywhere in her life?
No.
Because you had no money to give. You couldn't take care of a woman that time.
No.
You too, you had a lot of heat. You are on heat every day, and you saw one easy outlet. These women are usually generous with their things, everything. So this man gets free money and free sex, and it looks very enticing. Only later to realize she's alcoholic, she's controlling, she's impatient, she's suspicious, she's this, unfaithful. Faithful to who? You see, faithfulness is about a reference point of commitment. Commitment to who? That's her life. When you use the right language, my friend.
Wow.
Just say she has other clients. I just happen to be one of the customers. So, yes. And I'm telling you, bro, you are not in a place to look for a woman. You're just conditioning the seasons of your life, and you're cursing yourself. Control yourself. Again, another quality every man must develop. And if he does not develop it, his marriage will not work. Even if he finds the right woman, it will not work. Again, you can find the right woman, you are the right man. Yeah. But because you don't have the right character, right strengths, right attributes, the right history. There's such a thing as history. Yes. This generation is nostalgic. They don't want to be judged. They're allergic. Don't remind me of the past. The past is gone. Everybody deserves a second. How you have spent your years will amount to something, will build up to something. That's true. After you realize where you are wrong, you must spend the time correcting the foundations. You will not jump over them and assume them. So that group that wants to be skipped by women, given money quickly, it's a lie. The second lie that they have is, all you need is money and your life will be happy. So they think if this man gives you, starts your business, you are sorted. Can start your spa, can open for you a salon. I know my friend who was, in fact, a very high-end salon in Kilimani. And the guy, you hear stories of, boutique. I mean, she was given 2 million to start a job, and the guy has promised to set a business for me. Yeah. And you hear stories of how somebody has been promised a shortcut, and they think if I get that money, I'll be sorted. And the mistake here they're making is everybody will dangle a carrot in front of you to get what they want from you. Yeah. Some of them may have a lot of money to throw around, especially corruption money. Some of them will throw, dangle, get you a job. If I get you a job, they think if you get the money, it doesn't matter how you got it. You'll be happy now. And the mistake here is that unclean money cannot give you peace. Mike Tyson said something that amazed me. He said he was in prison for the 3 years and they were the most peaceful years of his life. Wow. And the interviewer said, no, wait, you had just won $30 million in a night. That's 3 billion more than Kenya shillings. In a night. He was one of the most sensational boxers to ever live. Yeah. And as fate would have it, many of these people had talents and callings. Their life is interrupted before they arrive. So if they don't learn the patterns of interruptions and to live in a defensive way, they usually drown. He had been brought up where there are no settled life, single mom, transport here and there, sometimes in the street. Then he was adopted by a father figure, was also a boxing trainer. Okay. And then that's the man who trained him. But he was old. He was dying by the time the boy was starting fighting. And he was telling him, and he gave him, he wrote something that lived to haunt the man because people got it on camera. It said he was very young, and what it was called Castamoto, Constantine, but it was called Castamoto. So Castamoto was saying something we did not understand. This boy can be the champion of the world if he stays disciplined, interested, and focused. So keep out of drugs, keep away from women, keep in the gym, live a low life, go home, go to work, go to the gym and go home. Yeah. He described a path of life. Yes. And while Castamoto was alive, the boy flew. But before he fought the first bout to win the belt.
Yeah.
The man had died. He was old.
Yeah.
And the people who took over were professionals who are coming for a job.
Yes.
The parent had died.
Yes.
And he said I had the money, but I did not have peace. He said, people mistake money with peace.
Yeah.
He said, I know the Urbaners, he had one of the biggest mansions ever built, 50-something bedroom. Hey.
What?
Big mansion. And his pets were things like tigers.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, and then a medical doctor fell in love with him, although he was unlearned. A good girl fell in love with him and decided we can do life. Medical, learned. That girl was his destiny, but he lacked what I've told you. You can be the right man, the right woman. You just lack the mindset, the discipline, the values. So these boys who come to me dating at this age, I usually tell them, you know what, man? You're skipping the class that would have prepared you for the true marriage. This thing will haunt you for years to come. Yeah. It is sweet poison. Yeah. You're swallowing it now, and your friends know you are kept by a woman. That reputation will scare away all serious women in life. Years will come when a serious girl is taking interest. Yeah. And J-Mo will notice her and come, hey, you come and show you, man, what is this? That's not a man. Who told you? We know this character. Check these photos. What is this? And that's all.
That's it.
Men are surrounded by frenemies. That's the problem with us men.
That's true.
We're surrounded by friends who are also enemies. We laugh every day, we drink, but the moment they see a good girl taking interest in me, they will spoil. Yes. You saw those monkeys, boy monkeys, they're hanging on a tree, and under here they are crocodiles. But the boy is shaking the branch to fall the other one inside there. What kind of a joke is this? Imagine. Then he's shaking. If he falls, he'll be eaten. Yeah. Now that's their way of playing. Boys have that. Men have that tendency to shake each other to crocodiles for fun. So you may get money, but if you get it in the wrong way, Samson taught us. I was living a very wild life and I could not have peace even with money. And the last point is to say, sometimes these prominent people have little to lose. They have their careers flying there. They have a way they've organized themselves that they can victimize you and drop you when they want. So although they lure you, you know they have ability to, with a snap of their fingers, to give you a job. The snap of their fingers to give you a car. Snap of their fingers, get your house. Yes. Snap of their fingers, change your life. Send you to Dubai. Do this. Send you to Europe. Snap of them. It looks like, so that's the most alluring. It appeals to your greed for shortcuts. So the third problem is that although these people look like they can do things for this, like this for you, human nature dictates there's nothing for free. That's true. Human nature. Yep. When people have changed their lives, they should, it's like they bought you. You have the life, but you're not free. You are their puppet at their beck and call. Somebody had been bought a car and famously it was repossessed along the way, and the vloggers caught a glimpse of it. That this girl had been given a very big car, some of this what we admire, then it was repossessed along the way and it was dramatic. She was left there carless. Because they usually give you, but they maintain what matters. The paperwork maybe, a spare key, and they know who they can call to tow the car away and unceremoniously dropped. That's true. There's nothing free. These wealthy people are not your parents. They are not your father. They're not here to give you inheritance for free. They're not here to change your life for free. The only people you can count on to change your life for free are those who brought you to the world. Absolutely. Those are the ones who have a God-given duty. If you happen to be the beneficiary of a benevolent charitable organization that identifies hardworking young people through a vetting process and because of the mission they are advancing of promoting African youth, if that's the case, I don't know whether you have a friend who has been a beneficiary of that. In case that is the case, then you may be fortunate to say the Obama Foundation has identified me as a beneficiary of 100 million because I was hard working. in case there's a charity, maybe that could be a case, but even that time it will be an organization. Yes. And if it's a couple, they will approach you as a couple, and most likely the wife will be in front, not the man. Yes. If it's a church organization, you will see it's clean group work, not an individual going by the side to give you a car. That's true. And learn that idea that men can just change your life. Yes. You know, I like that you gave up that example of, you know, how this car was repossessed, because it is the one story that we need to remember, because
especially if you're in the limelight, then you are looked up or upon by many, many young people, and they might think that is their life to live. But we're here to say that the worst part about prominent people is that they are powerful, very powerful, and very connected. And a breakup with them can be very hard, and it can be very risky because they can stalk you, they can fish you out from anywhere. This is not the kind of person who just disappear from, you block. Never get involved with someone you can't walk out on without endangering your life. In general, accept the slow and steady pace of your growth. It's the only sure thing. And let those who are ahead enjoy. You'll get there one day, just like they used to be where you are too. So sometimes you just want to jump ahead, but they were where we are today. So enjoy and trust the process.